Hey, it's Pakistan and Dumas Land. It's me, Spectre, coming to video in this video. I am turning 4 MHA characters into animals, and in this video I am turning, in this order, Katsuki Baka into a frog, Eldritch Kirishima into a lizard, pretty much a lizard about the size of a iguana. Those things are big. Zuka Midori into a kangaroo, which kind of makes sense. And then, Uraka into an armadillo. Yeah. Let's get into this video. Roll intro, let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay, so I'm back and I'm going over more creatures. It's been a while. These are just some random creatures. The last one I remember going over was a creature simply known as it was a bunny. I remember going over the combustion lizard. That was a fun one. We actually have something similar to that one right in this interviews. First one. This one's a frog. The explosive liquid dart frog, or explosive dart frog for short. I've talked to this one person known as Suki or Cat. I think his name is actually Katsuki or something. But he said that I know my attitude is relatively negative, and I say die a lot, and these frogs are pretty much like me. And he actually does. My brother has told me that that he does use a lot of explosive magic, because he's actually had to do a few hunts with them. He's actually a cataloger too. But he's also a specialist with these frogs. From the information he's told me and the information I've seen in the wild of them, their abilities are exactly what they sound like. They actually sweat like most frogs, they have a mucus on their body that it's not poisonous per se, but it's poison enough to the point that you can get pretty sick, but you don't end up just killing over and dying from it. The main part is that the explosive thing. They have like a little grenade like end to their tongue, which is quite weird, but it's still very sticky. It's just a little pattern. But I've seen that it's actually made like it was actually evolved like that on the fact that that's where it licks most of the sweat, the mucus from, and flings it out. And then when it comes in contact with something, it can either breathe on it or, in fact, these things have pretty hot breath. Or they can make it explode on impact. Because the little ball from going so fast, the ball in their tongue from going so fast, actually heats up quite a bit, just enough to make it ignite. But on rare occasions, they can make it explode at will. And trust me, they mostly use that to bring down pretty large prey. I'm talking about things about sizes them large, and they do weigh around 5 pounds. It's a pretty big frog, to be honest. Let's get to the next one. The second one I'm looking at is a lizard. It's the one I was talking about. That's very similar to the combustion lizard from the one a few times ago. This lizard is actually the specialist I talked to is named Kirishima, and he's actually Katsuki's boyfriend. So there's that nice little tidbit. This lizard is known as the hardying sharp-horned lizard or hardying lizard. Like a dragon my brother went over. A dragon that was known as the I've actually had so many files. I have some of his files, I have some of my files, but I have all of his dragon files. Here we are. The sturdy Crimson Red Riot Dragon, or the sturdy Riot. It has a similar ability, and you think about it, these lizards are actually just a smaller version of them. They are nearly fully red, but they do have a few black pieces, a few black spots on them, namely their claws on their back feet, and the spikes going along their sides are black. But other than that, they're pure red. Well, that and their eyes are black with the red iris in them. But other than that, these things look relatively freaky, to be honest. They do have a little form known as Unbreakable. It's quite weird. Most people do actually use these as a projectile and throw them. These pets. These are sometimes used as pets, but they're actually quite rare, so they're more or less exotic pets. But get this, since they are exotic pets, they are actually used as little projectiles, like I stated. But in the wild, these things are actually used as projectiles as well. They are literally known to team up with other types of lizards, like the combustion lizard. It can cause a body part to explode, and then it will jump in the way of the explosion, harden itself, and then pierce right through it a predator or a prey they're hunting. So yeah, and sometimes it's known to actually team up with a frog. It's with that frog I talked about, the explosive dart frog. It uses its explosive sweat to cause the lizard to the lizard jumps, then hardens, and then the frog lets off an explosion, and that can cause it to rocket forward, just like the explosive lizard I talked about. The size of this thing is actually about the size of your average iguana. So yeah, pretty freaking big lizard. And also, sorry about that. And also they do weigh around 10 pounds. So yeah, it can go for show how powerful the explosions from the explosive dart frog are. Let's get to the third one. Now these next ones we're going from somewhere pretty big to something that's a whole lot bigger. It's pretty much a giant compared to these others. This is known as the Japanese Strength Enhancing Armored Kangaroo, or Japanese Kangaroo. They have a tuft of green hair on their head, and their powers are very similar to some golems, an elemental, a dragon, and then a dragomental, which is quite rare. My brother knows about it. He's gave me a little information from what the overseers told him about. The reason why they're called the armored kangaroo is because their legs, aka the thing they mostly use in their fights, it actually has biological metal coating it. It's pretty interesting, and they also have their bones in the arms actually pierce the skin a little, and they actually act like braces from all the hits. And the biology of them, it allows them to emit a lightning, It allows them to emit something like lightning around them, cause them to strengthen their body. They don't really, but on rare occasions, besides the lightning, they have red veins showing up. And when you see something like that, you know you should run. And whenever me and my brother look at something like this, there's always this one outlier of the family. That has just a bunch of powers. Like, some type of black whips, increased speed, and something like that. But hey, we might be able to find another specimen sometime sooner or later. These things are just quite weird. Well, but other than that, it's pretty much like your average kangaroo. And there's actually, get this, there's actually multiple males in one group of them. Usually there's like only one male or so, but there's actually like at least, in a group there's usually at least, the ratio to female to male is around 3 to 1. 3 female to 1 male. So, yeah. And they usually range around, from around, I want to say, 12 to somewhere higher than that. Largest one that's been known is actually around, 60 or quite a few more because of all the little joeys around. But, hey, these things are really strong. Let's go to the next one. And the last one we're going over is an armadillo. These things can be found in Japan, like a lot of these... like a lot of these other animals. But, they can also get found in, well, Texas. It's quite weird. From what we've been able to find out, these things were originated from Texas. Somehow they got aboard a ship or something, and then got transported to Japan. Other than that, we can't really tell. They are actually, pink and black. They are mostly pink a little, but they have some white parts to them, and also some black spots running along their side. But their most identifiable trait is their pads, and I'll get to why those are most identifiable in a second. First, its name, Zero Gravity Armadillo, or Arma 0G. These, little guys, these armadillos aren't able to carry any diseases at all. Don't know why, it's just... Sorry about that. Like I was saying, they aren't able to carry diseases because from what we may be able to find out about their immune system is that anything they come in contact with, they get pretty sick from at first, but then they get over it within a few days. Yeah, we've actually released HIV on one of these things. The thing became immune and pretty much to beat the disease within a few days. Things should have died. That's how deadly HIV is. But like I was saying, their pads are the most noticeable feature because of one fact. Their name, and that's how they get their powers. Their powers come from their pads on their tail and their, paws. They each have a paw on their, they each have a pad on the bottom of their paw. Sorry. Ugh, really hate that. Other than that, it's just weird, to be honest. Well, not really that weird, because this world is full of really weird creatures. Like one of my brother went over the fiery golem. But something so small, being able to fly around. Yeah, they're mostly able to be found around, pretty much like running in the sky or running away from predators. They are mostly caught, but other than that, nothing much. And before you think about going around killing one to get its pads to use its powers, you can't. The magical system is in their body, and if you cut off one thing, it's just going to regrow, because all these things have some pretty advanced regeneration factors. Not super advanced, but just advanced enough that they can regenerate a limb within a few days. So, yeah. And other than that, that's pretty much your average armadillo. That's all that we got for today. I hope you enjoyed this video because that's all the time I got for today. Until next time, subscribe to Adrian's Bike Storm or Demon's Alliance. Goodbye and peace out, everyone.